All right. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome, welcome. We are gonna just get started. We're gonna do a quick ticker review today. Um, Kind of bored, so we're before I gotta head out, we're gonna review some charts. This will be more of kind of an in-depth session. So if you guys got like any questions, like in-depth stocks, we'll take a look. Um, that makes sense. Wow. So BTBT was what I've been talking about. BTBT. This stock really skyrocketed today. Wow, we hit 1425 right before close. Love that setup right there. That looks really good. Welcome, welcome. If you guys are just tuning in again, um we're just gonna do a couple. If you guys got some in-depth analysis questions, this would be the time if you actually want to look at a company. But other than that, there's a lot of man, I wish I was swinging BK. I started a position yesterday in BKKT and I got stopped out. That was up a lot today. Equos did really, really good today. Um, a lot of strong names again. My growth portfolio was down a little bit today, but that's all right. Zillow, nice strong day from that. Surprised XP didn't actually follow that up. But I think that they're gonna do earnings, so great to see that. But if you guys are just tuning in, you have any takers you want me to look at, drop them below. We'll take a look. Okigen had a nice day, but still wasn't able to claim that $13 mark that we've been talking about for a while. Shib Okigen. Yeah, and I think Shiba Coin, some of these might have some strong days as well. Lucid is going off as well. Yeah, I was actually surprised to see Lucid today. Lucid is still doing okay. I know we had that strong push up yesterday. I'm actually really, really surprised that we didn't fade at all. Kind of held those gains really, really well. So, oh shoot, if you guys are typing a multi-stream, I didn't have that enabled. If you are on YouTube, I'm completely sorry. Let me see. Um, Sometimes I forget to switch that over. Let's see. What's going on, KTG? Sorry, should be good now. But yeah, again, if you guys got any questions, any tickers you want to go over, let me know. This is the time to go in depth analysis since I have time. Um, so make sure if you guys got one, you let me know. Can't believe, yeah, BKKT had a super, super strong day today, and I'm not surprised about that. Again, I think that this stock should probably, be about $1 billion market cap just off that nose, if not more. So, um, I am really, really excited for that. The only thing I'm comparing to is when we look at BKKT, they have that new Mastercard deal. So Mastercard's about 100 and what is it, $200 billion market cap. BKKT sitting right at $1 billion. So, um, it's reasonable to say that it would be 1% of its market cap. So 333 billion. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the stock does kind of head towards that 100 range. Um, and we had, I think Bitcoin did some nice movement today as well. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, Bitcoin had some nice movement today. Another Bitcoin name that I watch and I hold is SI, one of my favorite hyper growth names. Had a really, really tried to have a strong day today, but on let's take a look. On this stock, we are getting really, really close to a bull flag breakout. So um, not there yet, but we are getting really, really close on SI for potential move, a pretty high move. So I'm looking forward to that next week as well. I saw my Lucid calls at 3 right before it mooned. Oh man, that's unfortunate, bro. Yeah, I mean Lucid still has. Geez, we're still getting some hits after hours. Yeah, crazy, crazy chart. I can't believe we hit 41 today, but yeah, I think those probably would have been up 1,000%. Yeah, it's all right. You find the next one. But killed it on my X calls though. Yeah, did you had X calls today? I know X actually ripped today. Yeah, X really killed earnings. That's a crazy earnings beat. And just going back to earnings as well, we have some earnings coming up for a lot of my key stocks that I hold. So I'm really, really excited for next week. When we're talking about APPS, XP, there's a lot of great, names that are going to have earnings next week. So I'm going to be taking very, very careful attention to those next week coming up. I am excited to see what we do with those. We'll have to see, though. I think that they should kill them. A lot of the earnings haven't been really coming back that great, though, what is kind of unfortunate to see. I was hoping that we would have some, better earnings, but that's okay. Um, I think that we should kill it. Yeah, they killed earnings though. That's crazy. I didn't expect United Steels to do that. Good for them though. That's awesome. How much were your calls up? Probably like a few 100%, I would believe. Depends what your price was, but if you get those 26 strikes, could be up close to maybe 600, 700%. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, sure. Let's take a look at BTU. If you guys are tuning in, if you guys got any questions, let me know. We'll go over some ticker questions. Okay, BTU, Peabody Energy. So, I don't really like energy plays for multitude of different reasons. Wow, we had a we had a pretty bad day the last few days. Okay, let's take a look. What's up, Pachana? Happy Friday, buddy. Okay, let's take a look at BTU. Okay, so first thing I do is I checked Investors Business Daily to see our EPS change. And then if it comes back strong, we're going to Yahoo Finance to get a better look. So let's take a look at this. So I use this. This just shows EPS really, really easy. Kind of shows sales. It is expensive for this app, but don't really mind it. Okay, so EPS change. There's not a lot of EPS changes in sale percents, and we do have a lot of debt. And then we can even take this further. I'll take this just a little bit farther into Yahoo Finance. Okay. Here's the problem. This is why we're in so much debt. Annually, we've been going down. Our cost of revenue is very expensive. Our operating expensive. So we actually haven't been profitable for one quarter. So I would stay out of this. I don't like Peabody. We're just unprofitable. Yeah, okay. I knew X Profits was coming out and it was huge. The only reason I bought them, yeah, that is awesome. Congrats. NXTP, I did try swinging this last week. It was one of the fails. NXTP did have oh wow, we had a really strong push up today. Interesting. Okay. Wow, so we hit 233 pre-market. NXTP, we really killed earnings. So if you're not curious, NXTP is kind of a loan app, kind of like Affirm, but I think they're trying to put their app on the App Store this quarter. So there is a lot of catalyst for this name, and the earnings were really, really good. I mean, we went almost 1,000% on earnings. We had really good earnings, but the problem is that they still weren't much. I think we went like 100,000 to 2 million, which is a big jump. But sometimes you got to look at the okay. So Next Play Technologies, I think it's a great swing. There's a lot of catalysts. We had a really, really big revenue jump. This quarter, but annually doesn't look great. But I think it's worth for a decent swing. I don't mind it. I did sell CPL. What is CPL? Yeah, man. I'm not a big fan of just energy stocks. Thanks for all the follows coming in. Need some BKKT coverage. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go over that again. So BKKT, man. We can talk about dividends too. But what happened with BKKT? I actually was swinging some yesterday, and my stop loss hit, unfortunately. But we had a super, super strong name. When I look at BKKT, Mastercard was some big news. Mastercard is not a stupid company. big market cap company. They have good management there. They know what they're doing. When I look at BKKT's chart, we do have a long ways to go up potentially. We did claim this all-time high level, and we closed really strong. So, I mean, the sky's the limit of this stock. Honestly, I mean, I think that somewhere around $100 to $200 would be fair for this stock. I know it sounds crazy, but let me give you. This is what my analysis. So, I want to go to Mastercard. I want to look at their market cap. I don't know. They're about a 300 billion market cap, and BKKT is sitting right at a billion. I think, it would be reasonable to say that BKKT should be 1% of Mastercard's market cap, and they're sitting at a billion. So really, we could, off of just those, I think we could be in the 130 range. I also think BKKT is promising long term, just because that Mastercard did, partner with them. I do think that there will be some more companies to come up as well. So, I do like NX. I do like BKKT. There's really no more key levels we need to claim. I mean, we can pretty much go as high as we is the supply wants to push it. Or the demand. Sorry. Super super strong day today. Intraday looked really really good, and then on top of that, we do have a falling wedge setting up for possibly on Monday. We might actually see a new all time high in after hours, but that does look good. What's going on, James? My favorite dividend stock is QYLD. I like QYLD. QYLD is my favorite for a couple of reasons. QYLD, I love buying dips on this, but it usually goes down about 1% a year, and this offers 11.5% dividends. This global covered call, I think it's about 11% dividend. So that is a dividend giant. If I'm actually looking at dividends, I'm not like a huge dividend person, so I'd rather put my money in hypergrowth stuff like that. I did want to look at Affirm. Affirm is one of those names that I told in the Discord. This will be my next multi-bagger play. I got Affirm at $80. This will be my next. I am up 100% on my position today. Super super strong follow through on the daily. We're getting really really close to breakout over 165. Calls could hit for 200. Honestly, $200 calls. If we do break out that 165 range, might not be terrible. Anyone looking at Loopring? I don't know. You have to give me the ticker. Yeah, you're welcome, Mo. Again, if you are like in BKKT, I assume that everyone is up money since it's at an all-time high. I would recommend if you're up on that position during this weekend, a lot of things could happen. My biggest thing, what I would say, is scale out. If you're up a lot of money, take some shares off the table, put a stop limit on so you can protect all your shares. With all of my plays, I'm always scaling out to protecting those profits. So, if you are in BKKT, I'm sure you're up, a good percent of profits. Make sure that you're just scaling those profits out. That'd be the smart thing to do. Gree looks really, really good. A couple of growth names doing really, really strong today. I am looking forward. There's a couple that are going to, I think APPS does have earnings next Monday. I'm excited for that. That stock holds up a lot of percent of my portfolio. So that's going to be a big day. I think XP reports too, quite a bit of names. So if you guys are tuning in though, you have any questions, I am live every day. I do have a lot more time to answer questions right now, like in depth with companies, just because I'm not like actually trading and stuff like that. So if you do have any questions, let me know. We will do that. BKKT, yeah, super, super strong name. I wouldn't be surprised if it hits 100. I do think that about 120, it could even go higher than that, but I just figure like 1% of its market cap. So, it could sit at a few $100s. I don't know. It's going to be very, very volatile ride though, if you are holding that. Yeah, nice. I collect 2,000. Yeah, dividends are good. Got into MedX for swing next week. Thoughts? We'll take a look, John. MedX. Not a MedX. Okay, let's take a look. Couple things I like about MedX. We did fill our gap today. That was big. We did fill our gap. Well, we actually filled up the other day. What I like to see about MedX is when we're swinging a stock that we have more volume come in. Super, super high volume day today. The daily, I don't know. It doesn't look that great to me. It looks okay for a swing just because that volume aspect is hitting there. Let's see. I don't know what they do. I don't really. I mean, here's gonna be the story with Medex. We do have a possible cup and handle right here on the 4 hour, but probably not. For Medex to be really bullish, we got to break over the 68 cent mark. The 68 cent mark is a big pivot, and if we do drop below 55 cents, we're going to be pretty bearish. I don't know what they do. I'm sure their company is not like, I don't like companies that look like this that are just downtrending for so long, but again, we have all that volume coming in. It looks okay. Wouldn't be my potential first swing, but that probably is your risk off. If you are looking for a risk perspective, this 56 cents is going to be a good mark. You don't want to risk off more than that. Yeah, it's great dividends. LRC crypto. I could look at crypto if you want. So run is slow now. I'm going to slap on a couple indicators here. We're going to want to slap on MACD for this one. MACD is always a great stock or good indicator to put on there. If you guys are curious, I do have an indicator video that works well as well. And then I always use RSI. RSI's relative strength, great name. So a couple things that I do like about this right off the rip. Usually when we see stocks that are on a downtrend kind of shoot up, RSI, we're kind of back over this 60 range, which means that we're getting a lot of relative strength back in. Last time we were up at these levels, we went $6 up to 18. So we love to see that we're kind of getting overbought on the RSI. That's good. MACD is curling up, not a big divergence, but that is curling up with green volume. So that looks decent. I think that honestly, over $10 is going to be huge. Over $10, we can see 12 easily, but we do have to break 10. The daily looks fine. Maybe we're in a breakout channel. Let me take a look. Okay. So for this stock, this is kind of going to be your channel right here. I do think we're going to see a pullback down to maybe like 860, but yeah, that one looks okay. So it looks okay. Looks fine. Did want to look at CYN. I know people have been all over CYN. I do have some shares that I'm down quite a bit on CYN. I did average down a little bit today. Oh, actually, I'm not. So CYN, I do have an average of about 750. Looks like we might have hit some good. Yeah, we did hit 875 today. Wow, or yesterday. Interesting. Got sold off really quick. Yeah, we can take a look at GREE. Oh, GREE had some big moves today. So GREE looks really, really good. On the the chart, very, very volatile chart. But this is broken. This is a really weird chart. Here's what I'm going to say about GREE. If we look down here, RSI is shooting back up, and MACD. Tomorrow's going to be a big day, or on Monday. When we look at MACD, we always want to see on the one day that our exponential, which is the blue line, crosses over the yellow line. That's when we see big moves. So, last time we did this, we go $6 to 58. We did it once again. We go, 12 to 60. Right now, we're sitting right at the bottom here. We've had all this red volume. We're starting to get some green volume come in, and we're about to cross on the MACD. RSI is shooting up with a strong volume day. So I would expect some follow through next week. I think that it wouldn't be a terrible idea for a swing. Obviously, we're looking probably at about 60 would probably be my target just based off of the resistance levels up there. But yeah, everything on the chart, all the indicators wise, looks like we, as long as we can hold up on Monday, we should have a pretty good, we could extend higher. MACD still isn't even touching the red, so we do have a lot of ways to go up on there. So yeah, I would say it's a solid swing. Not my favorite. The chart's kind of weird, but yeah, not a bad idea for some continued momentum next week. DWAC's another name that I think could potentially kind of curl back up. I think DWAC could definitely curl back up. Let's take a look. Yeah, Duaklux, cloud indicator. What are your thoughts on Ichimoku cloud indicator? Is it you have to explain more to me, Ralph. I'm not sure. Um WT I mean short creases really don't happen that much. People just kind of like to put them. WTRH again, we're gonna look it over here since I have all the indicators. WTRH doesn't look that great. This is what I'm gonna say. When we're looking at this stock, I think we might have one more push in us. Usually, this is something else you can look at on the MACD on the 1 day. When we do get to the top of this mark, around 0.21 on the exponential, on actual MACD, if we look up here, we see some big pullbacks once we get overextended on the MACD. So honestly, on the MACD, we are filling in this nice bull flag right here. This is not a terrible bull flag getting filled in, but I do think that we are getting kind of the top. We went at 8 cents up to about $2. So I'm really not thinking that there's too much room. All these big, jumps get sold off eventually, so I do think we're nearing the top on this stock. Yeah, BTBT. Yeah, that did look crazy. I did see that stock. It did look like we are. It did get crazy. I wanted to look at APPS. APPS does have a while to go up on the MACD. But yeah, all these stocks as MACD. Once we start to get really really overextended, we do tend to see, a pullback. My gosh, APPS is looking really really good into earnings. Over 90, we could see 100. I'm excited about that. Yeah, BTPT. I did see it hit like 15. Yeah, that's crazy. Whack. Yeah, I actually was kind of. I didn't even look at that name, but that's crazy. I think these crypto plays, they're really hard, but yeah. BKKT. I did see some $100. I'm looking at my options chain right now. I do see some very, very, very high option values going up right now. I see some $100 calls, stuff like that. So, yeah, BKKT will definitely have some momentum next week. It's definitely going to have volatility. Very unstatic stock now. Um, Thanks, John. Appreciate it. I am live every day. There's also a Discord if you guys are interested in the bio. I post a lot there. Appreciate it. I do have an order to buy Kema. I think we'll bounce off these levels next week. We can take a look. Microvision trending. Yeah, I am live every day. Well, for the most part, I wasn't live today. I had some midterm stuff to figure out, but Kinder Morgan. Okay. I'm gonna go back to a little bit of a bigger chart. So for me, I don't really like this stock. I can just see unless it pays dividends, there's not a lot. There's really no clear support, but down in these 14s maybe. Here, this is the problem that I have with this stock. There's probably not a lot of growth. Even Apple, I really don't play stocks that are under 50% growth a year. I usually stick in stocks that are over a few 100%, but yeah, our EPS and growth is just not there. It seems like a very solid company though. I don't know if they pay earnings. Okay. What's our market? All right. Do we pay any dividends? Okay, that's actually a nice dividend stock, so I do see that. Those dividends actually are nice, and if we look at the max, the problem is that like I just don't like this chart overall. But we do have 11 billion revenue, decent sized market cap. Let's see what our projections are. Annie Liu, not terrible. Yeah, it seems like a good dividend stock. I think there's some better ones out there. Actually, that quarter to quarter last year was good. I just don't like. I like QYLD for dividends better, but not a terrible dividend stock for sure. Especially, I think that like 1550s it could be good. 0.25. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Are familiar? Ichimoku Cloud. No, I'm not. I am not familiar with that. I know there's some EMA clouds. There is some EMA clouds depending on what time frame you're looking at. EMA clouds can be very very beneficial. Um, I do look at EMA clouds, but not for like the most part. I'm very I'm pretty much a technical trader. So if I am entering a day trade or a swing trade, it's all based on the chart. And then long term, I'm more of a I look at EPS change, revenue year over year, insider ownership, profit margin, assets, liabilities, all that different stuff. I do have a growth portfolio that is up about 150% this year. It was up a lot last year as well. So I do focus. My best example of a high growth hyper beast is going to be something like APPS, Digital Turbine. I do have APPS from $15. So do take that. EPS percent, the 3-year growth rate. Look at that. With hypergrowth, you want to see sales as well, but I mean, just absolute monster sales and EPS. So I do try to focus on a lot of hypergrowth. Yeah, you're welcome, Ralph. No worries. Hypergrowth is my main, thing. I do have a whole portfolio set up for that. Yep, no worries. If you guys are interested, there is the link into the Discord. If you guys do have Discord, that is linked below. Yeah, but for me, if a stock can't show good growth, then I tend to stay out of it year over year. But I try not to stick with dividends. The only dividend stock I would consider holding is QYLD. But even at that point, I'm just not happy with making 10% a year. If I was retired or something, that could be a different, opportunity. But for me, I try to stay out of dividend stocks. I'm just, I'm a little bit younger. My risk tolerance is a little bit more higher. If you have a few $1 million portfolio, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of dividends to help you, pay your monthly incomes on top of extra cash. That is guaranteed. Well, nothing's guaranteed, but most part guaranteed. That makes sense. Yeah, but for next week, hypergrowth is going to be interesting. Again, I'm really excited to see if we can beat some of our revenues. I know APPS analysts predict that to be like super high, even higher than I predicted it to be. I am not an analyst, but or a financial advisor, but I do think that APPS is going to beat estimates, even though they are very high. Was weird to see that XP analysts think that that's going to be a lot lower, but great room for a beat. Duo, DUO. Is that a stock? If this is the stock, I'm going to say no. I don't like stocks that just sit here and downtrend on the daily. Usually stocks that stay in a path are usually going to follow that. So stocks that are downtrending will, especially on this stock, we did have a nice push up from 85 cents to $1.60, but look at this volume. Volume is drying up as the price goes down, so not interested in that at all. Um, for me, I mean, stocks that are in a downtrend can see big bounces, but it's really hard to play a falling knife. I tend to just stick with stocks that are in a good uptrend. That helps. That's what I have found that kind of helps me out the most. Um, I would say. But yeah, probably not duo. Who? What stock? I think there's going to be a lot of different. Yeah, you're welcome, John. There's going to be a lot. You mean like what potential wise? Hmm. I'm gonna look at some charts on Sunday. I'm gonna post that into the Sunday watch list. If you are interested, I do the Sunday watch list in Discord. Nice to see a chart stream. Yeah, you're welcome, Nathan. For me, I like to look at financials for companies if I'm long term, but charts are really, I try to do a lot of the charts. So let's see. I mean, for me, I think that honestly, Amazon, I think Facebook calls might be looking good. I don't know why my thinkorswim decided, but if you guys are interested, the moving average exponential is my top indicator for big cap stocks. I'm going to show you guys a couple examples and why I do use this. It tends to, all you guys will see why this is my favorite indicator, the moving average exponential 200. We're going to go ahead and apply this to Facebook, and we're going to look at the history. First of all, I want to go over some plays that I've absolutely banked on. For example, Nike. This 200-day moving average acts as some really, really good support for larger cap companies. If we could zoom out, over here, we always seem to bounce off this 200-day moving average as long as we're not, in a huge market crash. But 1, 2, 3. So whenever we do hit this blue line, this 200-day moving average exponential, I do love to take calls. So there's a couple blue chips that are sitting on that. For example, I do have Nike calls at $200 on for next year that I took on these blue lines that are already up a lot of percents. I'd have to take a look. Another great example, I did make a lot of money off this play before Facebook had all this turmoil. Right here, I did it again. You can see that we bounce off here. So Facebook actually is sitting right on this 200-day moving average. If it does tend to break below it, we are bearish, but Facebook calls might not be bad. We're still ways up from Apple. Amazon is another one that I did take some calls on this morning. I really looked right here. I missed my entry right here the other day, but we did fall off from earnings, so that was another chance. STNE. We'll take a look at STNE. Okay, interesting chart. We're back down to COVID lows almost. With this, I think we still have some ways to go down. Let's take a look at why we're falling. Probably unprofitable company. Let's go to StoneCo. Okay. STNE, EPS. Yeah, last quarter we don't have much debt, but no growth, and our sales percent last quarter was really, really slow. What's that ticker? STNE. Okay. STNE. I don't really play precious minerals much, but annually it actually doesn't look terrible. We do have some growth annually. This is the problem with this company. Quarterly we've been going down for a while now. If we look at our cost of revenue and our operating expense right here, we've been unprofitable. It was our first quarter that we've been unprofitable, it looks like. So I don't like that from there. We did miss EPS terribly. What's our cash on hand? When I take a look at what our cash on hand is. Okay, we do have a lot of cash on hand, so I mean, I'm not. It does look like a discount down here. We do have a lot of cash on hand. We did miss last quarter. I'd probably say no. I don't like it, but we are, if maybe down in these, it looks like down in these maybe like 25 levels, it might not be a terrible idea. I do think it'll bounce back eventually. The weekly, we have a 3 black crows developing right here, and we can see a lot of downside. So we are curling up, though. We are kind of starting to consolidate right here. So in my opinion, if we can push back over maybe $40, it might look good. But for now, we're in a pretty bearish downtrend. JCI. Okay, Johnson Controls. Nice chart. Obviously, some growth has been inflected into that. Okay, so when I do pick out, stocks that I do like, again, something looks like this that has been in an uptrend on the weekly or the daily. Usually stocks that go higher tend to go higher. Stocks that are lower tend to go lower. So if the yearly chart just looks like a big red thing that just continues to go down, I don't play that. I won't look at it. Yes, it can bounce off of a catalyst or something like that, but for the most part, things that tend to stay in motion will follow. I don't like to use the weight. If you are tuning in, you got some tickers, let me know. Yeah, KTG, you're welcome. JCL, okay. Just like we do have some solid growth attached to the company, I can tell from the chart, possibly. Okay. And this is just a very brief dive. Okay, so yeah, our sales percent and our EPS aren't bad. I mean, that's still not super high growth. Our debt's pretty high as well. Pretty big market cap. I'm going to probably say no on this one. Let's see what this gives us. Yeah, so annually, So here's the thing. Growth-wise, we are looking really, really good on the annually, the quarterly, or the annually we're not, but the quarterly we are looking okay. We have some pretty big jump last quarter. Our cost of revenue and our operating expense is pretty expensive, but we are still paying profitable. We already pretty big market cap, so I don't really like this. There is some growth there, that 20% aspect, which isn't bad, but yes, I'm not really a terrible fan. They're a big fan. Bro, Big is going to triple digits next week. I hope everyone got in the 10s and even 20s. I think that we could get the triple digits. I've said that. I hope everyone got in the 10s. I think that we could hit the 10s or 20s or the triple digits. We'll see. It seems reasonable. There is loading up at the post analysis day where each fact become a growth. HVAC become a growth. Let's take a look. Not too sure what you mean by that, but we'll take a look. Is it really not going to load? Don't know why it's not coming up. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not coming up. Not sure. But yeah, BKKT, we could see triple digits next week. I think we will. Really, really nice bullish engulfing right here. I actually love that. That's a super, super nice bullish engulfing chart on the daily as well. All right, right on. Okay, I'm going to end it here. I just wanted to go live for a little bit, discuss some things. If you are interested, I do stream every day, so I am going to end it. If you had a few more questions, I'll answer those. I was just going to go live today just for a little bit. If you do have any questions, let me know before I head out. Discord is below. Make sure you sub. There's some other things in the bio. I think I got like a Twitter link and stuff like that. So we'll be live. I'm not going to be live Monday. I've taken 2 days off this week. I haven't taken a day off in like 2 months, but school's kind of heating up, so that is that. But if you guys are here, I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys have a great week.